Hello, e-commerce shop owner. Today we are talking about how do I read podcast analytics data. Go ahead and comment with your favorite thing to look at on your podcast analytics. I know for me, I really like to see how my ads are doing. It's fun going in there and seeing the couple of pennies that I've made since the last time I looked. But today I want to talk about the things that you can actually look at on your podcast. This entire month we are talking all about analytics. And we will be talking this week all about YouTube, podcasts, your blog. So if you haven't caught the rest of the videos, make sure to go back and watch those. Of course, subscribe while you're at it so you get notified of all my videos. I release a new video every single day. Again, this month, those videos are about analytics. Next month, we'll be talking about something else. So don't miss out. If you are a small business owner, these are tips that can really help you with your business. And they're pretty short, usually 10 minutes or less for these videos. I do go live on TikTok with these videos. So make sure you join me live and you might get entered for a prize. And if you are not joining me live, you may see this reposted across platforms. So again, thanks for joining me. Today we are talking about how do I read podcast analytics data. Comment with your favorite thing to look at on your podcast analytics. All right, so let's jump in. I have 5 things that you can look at on your podcast analytics data. Number 1 is your total plays or downloads. Depending upon what platform you're on, these could be called 2 different things. And that is really important to know because you want to make sure that this number is growing. If people stop playing your podcast, it's not a good sign. We want to make sure we are constantly getting new people watching our or listening to our podcast episodes. The second thing that you can be looking at is the plays per episode. So again, this will tell you if your episodes are getting better, right? So as you release new podcasts, ideally you should be reaching more and more people. More people should be watching, so your plays per episode should be higher. Our third analytic that you can look at for your podcast is audience size. And usually, depending upon your podcast platform, this will be like in the last 7 days. So this will fluctuate depending upon when you look at it. Our fourth key metric that you can look at for your podcast analytics is your advertising balance. So depending upon what platform you're on, again, you can actually allow them to put an ad on your podcast. And some platforms allow you to choose who you want to advertise with and then record your own advertisement. So you are actually the one that is saying the ad on your podcast. So you can look at your advertising balance. And then our 5th key metric that you can look at for your analytics data for your podcast is when people played the episodes. So you can actually see which days they played and which days they didn't play. I know for my podcast, what I find is that I see a spike when I release a new podcast. So I release a podcast every single Monday, and typically when I look at that chart, I can see on that graph that Mondays is when most people play my podcast. So today we talked about how do I read podcast analytics data. Be sure to comment with your favorite thing to look at on your podcast analytics. My favorite thing is to look at my advertising balance. Even though it grows very small, it is still going for my ads. So tell me what yours is. I'd love to hear. Be sure to join us tomorrow. We'll be talking a little bit more about YouTube, podcasts, and blog analytics. This entire month, we've been talking about analytics for your business on the whole. If you missed any of those videos, go back and watch them. You definitely want to make sure you're using analytics for your business. And don't forget to subscribe, follow me, and I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow where we'll be talking a little bit more about your YouTube channel, blog, or podcast. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.